Camos, the main grind within a COD year for most recently, and Black Ops 6 is changing the way the systems work with a few notable changes that may be a bit weird. Then, if you want a bit more, there's even new mastery items to work towards as well within this year. So today I wanted to explicitly break down and detail these systems and what you can expect to see with them. For some, this is just a recap, but for others, perhaps it's an informative all-in-one. That's the goal with this, a comprehensive, no stone unturned breakdown of the system at hand, so that when you jump in here in the next few days, whenever you may jump in for the first time, you know exactly what to do to kickstart your camo grind. So drop your thoughts down below. What camo are you going for first? The multiplayer, zombies, or maybe you're waiting until the integration and going for those Warzone camos first? Let me know. But if you enjoy the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 6. As we push towards 600,000 subscribers, I'd truly love to have you in the community if you'd like to join and perhaps are part of that nearly 75% of viewers not subscribed. But anyways, let's get into it. So firstly, camos and the mastery camo system. Camos are going to be available for multiplayer and zombies both on day one, with Warzone and the mastery camos for that coming alongside the season 1 integration and launch. That means naturally you're going to have a lot of camos to grind towards and through before you get to those mastery camos. The best part though about this system at hand is you can progress these camos at any point. With the prestige system returning in Black Ops 6, weapons will inevitably relock upon prestige unless you decide to just not prestige, or you have a permanent unlock token or blueprint that keeps them unlocked. But if you prestige, normally weapons will just be relocked until you reach that required level to unlock them once again. When you do that, all progress made through your career up until that point using that weapon will be retained. That means camo progress, weapon level, any specific weapon associated challenges, or mastery like the mastery badges, which we'll talk about in a second. All of that is still exactly where you left off in the prior prestige. But you can progress these camos from as early as weapon level 1 or max weapon level. Doesn't matter, there's no level associated criteria for these challenges. Now, the system at hand requires the completion of military camos, special camos, and then mastery camo challenges for all unlocked, and it's kind of a hybrid system of a few different camo systems we've seen in the past. A hybrid between Black Ops 4's camo system most recently and a little bit of Cold War's, with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3's camo system as well mixed in there. But starting at the base, the military camos and what you're going to see and experience on level 1 no matter what, these are static camo challenges unlockable for every single weapon. You're going to have the same camos and same camo challenges for each rifle, SMG, shotgun, and so on and so forth. These camos will predominantly revolve around headshots, though not exclusively, as some weapon classes like melees and launchers obviously will not have access to headshots, or it's just impossible at some points. But multiplayer will deal around predominantly headshots, zombies predominantly around critical kills, and then Call of Duty Warzone with Season 1's integration predominantly just eliminations. Zombies and the Warzone quantity of critical kills and eliminations are not yet known, nor do we know if Warzone eliminations can be something that are acquired in plunder, or if they decide to bring something like the sandbox mode from the haunting over, if those will count towards that, but I can't imagine they wouldn't. But multiplayer in particular was detailed as follows. Headshots, you'll end up getting the Granite, Woodland, Savannah, Splinter, Moss, Shade, Digital, Tide, and Red Tiger camos at 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 75, and 100. So not exactly, but around 3,000 headshots total to complete all weapon military challenges in Black Ops 6. With zombies being critical kills or zombie headshots and being against AI enemies, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a still relatively accurate representation of what you're going to need to do in zombies, but just add another 0 to each of those numbers. We'll of course know shortly here once the game launches and goes live starting in New Zealand in less than 24 hours time, and as the rollout gradually picks up for the rest of the world, but for the time being, it's just still unknown at the moment. Now, military camos are not shared in progression, which means that if you unlock the Red Tiger for the XM4, you do not have that Red Tiger camo for the AK and vice versa. It is only applicable to the weapon that you earned that camo on. Special camos is then where that differs a little bit, and you can mix and match. If you unlock the special camos for the XM4, you can apply those to the AK. Now, special camos come in pairs, so 2 per weapon, and are individual to that weapon you're looking to unlock it on in terms of challenges. These challenges are based uniquely for that weapon, and while it's possible there are some crossover in regards to challenge reuse around the entire weapon catalog, you will not see every single weapon have the same challenge like military camos do. Things like kills shortly after sprinting, or 5 kills without dying are examples of what you'll see in that special category. So that is your next step above the military camos and military challenges that are just simply, again, predominantly revolving around headshots. Now, once you complete the military challenges and then those 2 special weapon camos for each weapon, you then can start your mastery camos. On a small scale, it's going to be weapon per weapon. 9 military challenges, 2 specials, gold camo challenge will unlock. You can then unlock gold with for that weapon. Then move on to the next gun, where again, it's 9 military challenges, 2 specials, a gold camo challenge, next weapon. And you get the picture. You'll need to complete the military, then special challenges to unlock that specific weapon gold camo challenge. Upon completing that challenge for that weapon is when you end up getting gold for that weapon. Now, if you have every weapon of a classification gold, that means rifles, SMGs, LMGs, shotguns, and so on, you can then move on to diamond. That is when the diamond camo challenge will unlock, when every weapon of that specific class ends up having gold camo unlocked, not just the challenge unlocked. These must be done individually, so if you have 7 rifles with a diamond camo challenge, you need to do that specific challenge for the weapon on all 7 rifles to end up getting diamond on all 7 rifles. Once you complete all weapons gold and all weapons diamond, so all 33, you'll unlock the dark spine camo challenge for every single weapon. Once again, a challenge that you need to do after completing all weapons gold and all weapons diamond, all 33 of them. And then finally, once you complete those 33 dark spine challenges on all 33 weapons, that's when you will see this year, pending no typo in the blog, unlike years prior, it appears that you'll get the challenge for dark matter. So another challenge to complete for all 33 weapons, allowing you to unlock dark matter individually, not all at once as you would in prior years after completing the 33rd dark spine challenge. Again, pending no typo in the blog detailing the camos and the systems at hand. So that's a total of, when all is said and done, 79 different weapon camos to unlock on day 1 per mode. So with zombies, 158, and in a few weeks' time with Warzone's mastery included, 237 total camos to earn. Though, to be fair, zombies and Warzone camos are likely going to be just subtle pattern differences compared to multiplayer as we've seen in the past, either different colors, perhaps flipped, or the inverse of patterns, but a total of 237 base camos across all 3 modes come the base weapons of Season 1's launch. Though, as a note, yes, the new weapons, anywhere from probably 3 to 6 introduced with Season 1, will add to that list with the special camos, but that's just kind of footnote stuff that's being super nitpicky and going beyond just the base weapons available. But as a little note here, if you are somebody that takes their time on this kind of stuff, you're not trying to grind it out before the integration or anything, or before Season 1 launches, know that in the future, weapons will be able to be added to this to make it potentially easier to grind out if you don't like certain weapon classes. Meaning, all you need throughout the entire year to get Dark Matter or Nebula or Abyss, those mastery camos, all you have to do is get 33 weapons completely done here at this. So it doesn't have to be just the base weapons, it's just any 33 pending classification restrictions. And what I mean by that, let's say you want to skip the melees, those 2 of the knife and the baseball bat. In the future, you're going to have to make sure that you end up having 2 additional weapons that are diamond in place of that, so you can continue along with dark spine and then dark matter. So that could be 2 additional rifles in the future, 1 rifle, 1 SMG, 1 SMG and 1 shotgun, 1 LMG and 1 rifle. You just need to be able to have that diamond option available in place of whatever weapon you were going to sort of sacrifice or skip over. So theoretically, if they only added 1 weapon into Season 1 and it was a rifle, but you wanted to skip your baseball bat and not the knife, that unfortunately would not end up progressing towards the dark matter camo challenge, because you have diamond, yes, on rifles, but you still don't have diamond to fill out that classification and get eventually that 33rd diamond weapon, 33rd weapon dark spine, and 33rd weapon dark matter. So with the challenge introduction here for dark matter, again, pending no typo or change here come launch, that is a pretty decent difference here that's going to take a little bit more time as opposed to just automatically getting dark matter at the end of it when it's all said and done with those 33 dark spine challenges. Now, visually, some of the camos have actually changed, it seems like, since their first introductions back with COD Next. Now, not only in actual practice, but also design. What I mean by in practice is that mastery camos of Dark Matter, Nebula, and Abyss have extended properties that react with the weapon's action. This was something that was announced at COD Next for Black Ops 6, but it's something we now see expanded upon a little further, where the longer you hold the trigger down, the more reactive in nature it becomes. So for example, Dark Matter will have those those like ember sparks in the design that as you hold the trigger down, it becomes more and more apparent. There's more ember and more sparks, but it will cool back down as time progresses after holding down that trigger. So once you let go, it'll start to mellow out once again. Same thing goes with Nebula and Abyss. And additionally, based off the images that we saw previewed earlier this week, it actually seems like some of the camos may have actually been changed in view as well. So things like the Zombies Mystic Gold camo looks a bit more fluid in nature, whereas it was kind of like a more dry pattern of gold, if that makes sense. And then honestly, I do not remember Abyss for Warzone being as vibrant as what was described here and showcased in this blog detailing everything, where you can kind of see each of the sort of inner webbings of the pattern design, whereas before it was kind of a little bit not blurred, but more so meshed all together. But that's your camos, the system at hand, and some of the changes that have been made to these here ahead of launch. But what if you want a little bit more to work towards, a little bit more to show off that you've mastered these weapons and actually even equipment, streaks, field upgrades, things of the like? Well, that's where mastery badges come into play, a brand new system that is kind of like the mastery systems we've seen for like the weapon mastery challenges beyond camos we've seen in recent years, but instead again applied to more than just weapons. These badges will come in the way of bronze, silver, and gold, with a diamond badge also being available, which we'll get to in a second, but these are granted based on specific challenges associated with each item in accordance to their use. Like weaponry and lethal equipment is based on kills. Weapons is based on getting eliminations with a weapon. Frag lethal equipment is based on getting frag kills, and the RCXD is based on getting RCXD kills, while tacticals deal with their individual usage parameters as well. Prox alarm tactical equipment, well, you need to get kills detected by your prox alarm. Trophy system, you need to intercept enemy projectiles with your trophy system. So once you get a certain number of these things done, you'll be awarded through the bronze and silver badges, and eventually upwards of your gold badge, at which you get a stat tracker on that badge. Now initially I thought this was going to be something like a stat tracker for that weapon or equipment, like you'd see in certain CSGO skins or something like we saw in Black Ops 3 back in the day, more specifically related to COD, but it appears this will only be for the badge itself, showcasing the number below the badge. So, I mean, what's the use at that point? Well, these stats will track for you to see in the combat record for every piece of data, but displayed badges will also display that detail for everyone. So the stat tracker on, say, the XM4, that badge can be seen by every player you come across if you place in the winner's circle as those top 3 players at the end of a game. So it's a way to show off a bit more of what you've done to players in a more minor way. So to some, this will be really cool. Others probably won't care about it at all. But once you end up completing gold for a classification of things, so again, like all rifles get the gold badge, you'll end up getting a diamond rewarded badge afterwards for all of those items. This applies again to every rifle, every SMG, every LMG like you'd normally see, but also then every lethal, every tactical. If you get all those things with gold badges, every field upgrade, you'll end up getting diamond badges for those as well. And those reward a hefty XP per completion. Looks like 10,000 based off of what was initially revealed. So it's going to be crazy useful to the Master Prestige grind, and that's per diamond badge. So that means that, assuming that's the case, if there's 7 rifles, it appears that'll be 70,000 potential XP on the table for you. So beyond that, you can showcase your badges, where a showcase can be seen in the social menu and displayed again in that winner's circle by default if you're a top 3 performer, and you can select those 3 that you want. However, if you don't do that, you just go in, it will automatically place your 3 highest ranked badges on that social platform. So it'll be something that always showcases stuff for you, but you do have the chance to pick and choose what you want. But anyways, that's the mastery systems here within Black Ops 6, and a little bit about what you should know going into Black Ops 6's launch as of tomorrow and throughout the weekend. So just wanted to fill you guys in and do a little last second explainer here, because talking camos is probably one of my favorite things every single year. We've had so much to talk about. We didn't really get a whole ton of time to explicitly detail in depth about these systems. So wanted to fill you guys in a little late, but better late than never, I think. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think here of the new mastery camos, the new mastery badge system? Let me know and drop a like down below if you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6. Launch is right here. It is imminent, right on the horizon. Excited to jump in for a new year of content. Appreciate you guys and your support all throughout this past year and leading up to Black Ops 6. So I'd love to have in the community if you'd like to stay on top of everything. But for now, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later tonight for a second video getting ready for launch. But until then, take care and peace.